Okay. So that's the topic today. That's the class about. Yeah. Yeah. I'll keep it anyway. Okay. So we will be discussing from Chaitanya Charitamrita and Madhya Leela, chapter 9, text 73. And that, and also we are celebrating what so tomorrow, what we celebrate special day. We will continue from Madhya Leela chapter 9, text 73. So Sunday, topic is was from Chaitanya Charitamrita, discuss about in Bhagavatam, I think number 2, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, Shweta Varaha Deki, Nare Namaskari, Pitambara Sivasthane, Vela Gaura Hari, Shweta Varaha Deki Nare Namaskari, Pitambara Sivasthane, Vela Gaura Hari, Shweta Varaha Deki Nare Namaskari, Pitambara Sivasthane, Vela Gaura Hari. देखी सारे नमस्कारी Shweta Varaha, the right brain energy, Deki, sing, power, confident, namaskar, offering respect, Pita Amba, rest with your love, Sivasthi, to the temple of Shiva, Yela, Om, Varaha, Lord Sri had with the Loka, with the Kola. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Varaha, the white boar incarnation. After offering him respects, the Lord visited the temple of Lord Shiva, wherein the deity is dressed with yellow garment. Purpose: the temple of the white boar incarnation is situated at Vriddha Kola or Sri Muslim. The temple is made of stone and is located about 1 mile south of an oasis known as Baliti Tham, where the deity of the white boar incarnation, above whose head Sesanath serves as an umbrella. The temple of Lord Shiva mentioned here is situated in Pitambara or Chidambaram, which lies 26 miles south of Kudalur. The deity of Lord Shiva there is known as Akashalinga. The temple is situated on about 39 acres of land, and all this land is surrounded by a wall and by a road that is about 60 feet wide. Hare 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 Krishna. So let's repeat this translation once again. At Vidya Kola, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Sweta, the white boar incarnation. After offering him respects, the Lord visited the temple of Lord Shiva, wherein the deity is dressed with yellow garments. Okay. So today is Varaha Dwadashi, where Lord appeared as boar, isn't it? So the discussion starts by saying that is Lord a boar? Yes or no? What do you think? Is Lord boar? Because it's boar incarnation. Is Lord boar? Sorry, no? I could hear you.
I said, well, if he's Lord Varaha, he's a boar, but obviously the Lord is many forms, so I would say he's is and not is at the same time.
Yeah, but boar is not Lord, but Lord took the form of a boar, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, Lord is there in within every living entity as well as Paramatma, and Bhagavatam describes about pastime of this, and in third canto, it's almost five to six chapters are dedicated to this whole pastime. So I think as we'll read through this one. Basically, this is the one we discussed, but let's read it out whole synopsis, and I'll discuss it. Lord Vara is Sri Krishna's boar incarnation who appeared to lift the earth from the nether reigns of the universe and to kill a great demon, Hirnaksha. Great demon is great as well. Seeing the earth merge in the water, Brahma gave his attention for a long time to how it could be lifted. Brahma thought, while I have been engaged in the process of creation, the earth has been inundated by a deluge and has gone down into the depths of the ocean. What can we do who are what can we do who are engaged in this matter of creation? It is best to let Almighty Lord direct us. All of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, a small form of a boar came out of his nostril. The measurement of the creature was not more than the upper portion of a thumb. While Brahma was observing him, the boar became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation as gigantic as a great elephant. He was personally the Supreme Lord Vishnu and was therefore transcendental. The omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead enlivened Brahma and the other highly elevated Brahmanas by roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. Before entering the water to rescue the earth, Lord Boar flew in the sky, slashing his tail, his hard hair quivering, his uh, his very glance was luminous, and he scattered the clouds in the sky with his hoofs and his glittering white tusks. Because he had a body of a hog, he searched after the earth by smell. His tusks, his tusks were fearful, and he glanced over the devotee. He glanced over the devotee brahmanas engaged in offering prayers. Thus he entered the water. Lord Boar penetrated the water with his hoofs and found the limits of the ocean. Although it is unlimited, he saw the earth, the resting place of all living beings, lying as it was in the beginning of the creation, and he personally lifted it. Lord Boar very easily took the earth on his tusk and got it out of the water. Then, his anger glowing like the Sudarshan whale, he immediately killed the demon Hirnaksha. Although he tried to fight with the Lord, the cheeks and tongue of the Lord became smeared with the blood of the demon, just as an elephant becomes reddish from digging in the purple earth. Then the Lord, playing like an elephant, suspended the earth on the edge of his curved white tusk. He assumed a bluish complexion like that of a tamal tree, and thus the sages headed by Brahmana could understand him to be the supreme personality of Godhead and offer respectful obeisances unto the Lord. Shri Varaha ki. So Bhagavatam explains about there are two incarnations of Lord Varaha. So though anyway we know Lord appear in many different forms for the pleasure of for the devotees, and in once what happened was so we'll go back a bit more and see there are four uh, types of annihilation. It means what the four types Bhagavatam explains about four types of annihilation, where uh, there are two for the jivas, or we can say pralaya, right? Pralaya, or intervention of all the whole universe. Four types, two for the jiva and two for the Brahma. To remember with how to remember, like one is called a naimittika. There's occasional. That is a that is the partial dissolution at the end of each kalpa or each day of Lord Brahma. One kalpa is Lord one day of Brahma, and then another is called as elemental or prakritika, which happens at the end of Lord Brahma's life after 100 years of Lord Brahma's. And then third one is Atyantika. Atyantika is ultimate liberation of the living entity actually. So when the jiva gives up his false ego and he goes back to Godhead. And the fourth one is Nitya or constantly.
that happens every moment. So two, Atyantika and Nitya is for Jiva, living entity, and Naimitika and Pratika is for Lord Brahmas. I mean, to understand how to remember it. So Nitya means every single time actually we are decaying, we are going towards death, isn't it? And as soon as death approaches, or we get another birth, and then again the same thing continues. Nitya, every single time it's happening, right? Constantly, a pralaya within us is actually happening. Though we can't say it, but it happens. And so this pastime of there are two boar incarnations being described in Bhagavatam. One is called as Svetabara, and one is Neelabara or Raktabara. So Svetabara is white, and Neelabara is reddish. Is most of that's kind of red colored Lord Bharata. And we just read now, after killing Hirnaksha, his body was smeared by the blood. So maybe that's why he's called as a red. Maybe. So what happened in so we see whole Brahmand, isn't it? There are unlimited Brahmandas, and in each Brahmanda from Mahavishnu, he expands as a Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And inside Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, even the three-fourth of the whole universe is actually filled with water. Garbhodaka ocean, where Lord Vishnu, as a Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, lies down. And from him, lotus flower sprouts. And in the stem of the lotus flower, we see whole planetary system. These are not kind of stacked one after the other. It's not like a building or a 14-story building, not like that, but these are called lokas. They expand in a plane, 3D planes. And inside the plane, there are so many different planets. Just for example, if you see the Bhuloka, we say it's Bhuloka, the earth. So in Bhuloka, it's not just earth actually. So the whole solar system, what we see, that comes in Bhuloka. As of now, maybe by our scientists or by scientists, their discovery, and you know we know that there are 9 planets kind of things, but they are unlimited. We have discovered 9 yet, but there are some more which we might not have discovered as well, right? So this whole Bhuloka is expanding, and in like a plane, and in that there are so many different planets. And then we got 7 up planets, and then lower planets are as hellish planets. So at the end of Brahma's day, so how much the Brahma's days is? So Brahma days is called as one kalpa. One kalpa, in that sense, we see uh, thousands Chaturyuga. So one Chaturyuga is our Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. And when 1,000 circles goes on, that becomes one day of Lord Brahma life. Same is the night, right? So one the age of Kali Yuga, or the years of Kali Yuga, is 4,32,000 years, isn't it? And multiply or double it is Treta. Triple of Kali Yuga is, sorry, double of Kali Yuga is Dwapar. Triple of Kali Yuga is Treta, and quadruple is Satya Yuga. And in that way, if you can imagine the one day of Brahma, that happens. In the similar way, 7 days of a week and 30 days of a month. And in the similar way, Lord Brahma lives for 100 years. So 311.04 trillion years. That's how the age of Lord Brahma is as compared to earthly calculations. That's why sometimes we see that Lord Brahma is what do you say? Aja is I mean, he never dies, looks like, because it's a very huge as compared to us. Even sometimes we get confused. How can Lord Brahma live so much long years? Prabhupada explains this nicely. In one of the Prabhupada explains that, I think there were two, there were two, you know, I'm not saying here, but in mostly in India, we see in times of the Diwali times, there are some flies. They come on the light, and then they die in the night itself. So the two flies, they were talking to night flies. They were talking to each other. He says, the light what we're seeing here, actually there's an owner of this light, and that owner, compared to us, he lives for 100 years, because the flies, they live for just 5 or 6 hours. They come at, they come at around 8 9 p.m., or maybe you can 6 p.m., you can say, and then in the whole life, they live their life, then they reproduce offspring, and then they die, and everything happens in that 6 hours for them, right? And in the morning when we get up, you see so much of flies are, all dead in front of in the lamp posts, things, right? So the other one says, really, how could they live for so long? That's how it is. So as compared to us, Lord Brahma lives for so long, but we live for 100 years, but our 100 years is huge for, I mean, very tiny for Lord Brahma's as compared to the. So anyway, so what happens is, so in each day of Brahma, when the night comes, pralaya happens, that we call as Naimittika pralaya or occasional pralaya. And in that, the top three planets, apart from that, all other planets are actually indulged in the water. All these other planets goes into the water of Garbhodaka Vishnu, Garbhodaka Vishnu, right? So all these except three, top three, rest all like Mahar, Satya, and Brahmaloka, everything all goes into Jana, Tapa, and Mahar. What is this? Mahar, Satya, and Jana. Apart from these three, all goes back to the water. So once, then what happened is, we know very well that Lord Brahma's son Manu, Lord Brahma says, you need to increase progeny, and then Manu agreed finally. So before that, what happened? Before that, when Lord Brahma wanted to make this whole universe with the progeny, then he Chatuskumar, they appeared. And what Chatuskumar did, then Chatuskumar says, we can't engage in this all metal life, growing up, going to schools, and then working, and then getting married, then working to pay the bills and things like that. Oh, so much. Let's leave it out. Lord Brahma says, you have to do it. You will grow and then have to do it. You know what they did? This Chatuskumar, they were they took out the water from the kamandul, and then they cursed themselves. They cursed themselves, saying that, okay, so to be, we may grow matured by our intelligence, but not by our body. So if we don't grow our body, then those lust things won't come to us, and then we won't grow. They heard, you see that they have their sacred threads, but they are 4 years, always 4 years. Chatuskumar, no, walking naked everywhere. So what happened is, and then we'll come back to this part later on. Then as the whole rest of the universe has drawn into the water, Lord Brahma was thinking. Basically, Lord Manu Maharaj, he says, where the place you are asking me to do in increase the progeny, but that's okay. But where the place? Where shall I do this? Where shall we, where the people would live? And then Lord Brahma was thinking, and then just what we read, he was thinking then what to do, but and how to do it, I don't know, and maybe the Lord can help us. While he was thinking, from the nostril of Lord Brahma, uh, the first half of the thumb, this much size, Varaha appeared, and then immediately expanded till sky, and then huge gigantic personality, And then he started playing like, anything in a whole, trembling here and there, moving, jumping, kind of things. And then by seeing that, Lord Brahma and others says they understood that, oh, this is the activities of Supreme Lord. And then they offered their prayers. So he went down to lift Mother Earth. Right. And Bhagavatam described that when he appeared, he was glowing nicely, having their kastuva mani, right, wearing yellow dhoti. That's how the Lord appeared. And it's not boar. Actually, Lord took the incarnation of boar just to go to the filthy place and lift the earth. And on his task, he becomes very glorious actually when he puts the earth on his task. And when he came out, that's one pastime of Sweta Varaha. So he lifted and placed the earth where it needed to be, on the edge. And then after that, the creation of Lord Brahma continues. That is the one pastime. And another pastime, what happened was, this is the Sweta Varaha, the other is Rakta Varaha. So then, going back to the discussion of uh, Lord Brahma's, and then once what happened was, this Kashyapa Muni, he was meditating in the evening, and Diti, his wife, she appeared to him, and she came to him, and he says, I desire to unite. And though Kashyapa Muni says this is not right time, this is not right time for a night or for union. So maybe you can wait for some good muhurat. But she says no, and somehow or other, she's finally satisfied her desire. And as soon as she satisfied her desire, the two demons soul entered into the womb. And after understanding that what I have done, right, the urge of her satisfaction, after that she says, oh my goodness, what I have done, I didn't hear my husband Kashyapa, what he was suggesting to me. And then what he says, as soon as they appear in the womb, we could see there is so many inauspicious things started happening in the world. And by seeing all those things, Diti thought, you appear in my home, and then I could see so much of calamities happening outside. What will happen when you come out? So just imagine, she hold them for 100 years within the womb itself. He says, no, I won't let you out. But eventually, they when they came out, they are very, very strong. That's why we read a great demon. No, he was actually very, very, very great. No, even these two brothers, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu was both were a very, very great demon there. And why they were so great, the pastime connects with these Chatuskumaras. So Chatuskumara, they eventually they started roaming, and they went to Vaikuntha Loka. And once they went to Vaikuntha Loka, they were thinking about, and they've been stopped by Jayan Vijay. So just imagine, is a Vaikuntha. It means where there is no Kuntha, right? There is no misery, there is no problem. Sri Sri Kwanata Mahapur Sasi Ki. And so as they entered there, what happened was, as they entered, and then they stopped. They stopped. They are being stopped by Jayan Vijay. That who are you and where are you going over there? Then please show your ID card before entering ahead. Just imagine, the point is, no one can actually go to Vaikuntha Loka without permission, without qualification. So if person is not qualified to go there, they won't go there anyway by default. So there is no question of putting someone as a guard. But eventually, I'm cutting the short story. Eventually, what happened was, uh, this Chatuskumar, they cursed Jai Vijay, that how could you be acting as a demons, living in Vaikuntadam? You must go to metal world, right? That's how he cursed. And as soon as they are being get cursed, Lord Vishnu sitting inside, he heard it. He said, "Wow, my job is done now. Let me go there." And the this Chatuskumar, they were actually Brahmavadis. Brahmavadis are basically they get pleasure in Brahman. There's a difference between Brahmavadi and Mayavadi. But Brahmavadi are, they think everything is their spiritual effulgence is all everything. But as soon as they associate with the devotees, they're transformed. They take the path of bhakti. They understand that no, from Brahman, the spiritual form is there, supreme person is there. But Mayavadis, they're still stuck there. So there's a huge difference between those two. So if you are ignorant, when things comes to you, you accept it and move ahead. That's a good. And if you are ignorant, if things comes to you, still say no, I'm correct. That's what is the difference between Mayavadi and Brahmavadis. Right? So Mayavadis still remain there, but Brahmavadis move ahead. This Chatuskumar is also explained in between chapter of Canto 3, saying that when they cursed Jaya and Vijay, Lord, Lord came running to see them. And he said, "Oh, so these are my servants. So please forgive them for the misdeed what they did. So it's my duty to ask you forgiveness from." So he started asking forgiveness to Jain Vijay, sorry, to Chatuskumaras. And when Lord Vishnu was coming, so when they came, Lord Vishnu always have this tulsi on the lotus feet, and so there was a nice fragrance of tulsi leaves coming out from the lotus feet of the Lord, and that breeze when they smelled this when they smelled the aroma of tulsi, you know, uh, tulsi leaves which are smeared with chandana, and when they smell this phlegmatic aromatic tulsi leaves, their heart completely got transformed, and they at this very time they given up their impersonal Brahman understanding and understood that wow, the Lord is actually very beautiful, because they saw the transformation of their heart happened very quickly just by smelling the aroma of tulsi leaves, which are being you know glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord, which are there at the lotus feet of the Lord. So then after being transformation of the Chatuskumaras, Lord says that okay, please forgive them. But anyway, and then Lord assured to Jai Vijay that don't worry, it's not possible for Chatuskumar to become angry. And then also it's not possible for Chatuskumara to curse, that too in Vaikuntha. So don't be worried, it's all my plan. I wanted to enjoy some surely. I wanted to fight, give a good fight, and I could not find anyone. So you are the one who is going to take birth as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranaksha and give me a good fight so that I could enjoy the fighting just for his pastime. So after being assured by Lord, I think some devotees also share that Lord gave them two choices, like you want to take three birth or seven birth, three birth as a demon or seven birth as a devotees. But they choose okay, seven birth is too long to being separate from you, so we choose three birth kind of thing. So that some devotees share this pastime as well. So they took three, they uh, they chose three birth being as a demon, and that's how Mother Diti, she hold Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh for 100 years, and they were so strong that just imagine where Hiranyakashipu went for tapasya, just by austerity whole Brahmanda was starting traveling. And then Lord Brahma says, all the devatas, they came and say to Brahma, "Oh, please, can you check what's happening?" And then he said, "Okay, I'll fulfill the desire of Hiranyakashipu." And then he gave the. So coming back to the same point of second pastime of Lord Varaha, then Hirnaksha, he he went to Varuna Dev. Actually, basically, he wanted to give fight. That what he came for. So he was searching for someone who could give him fight. And anyone who sees Hiranyakashipu, Hirnaksha, they always flew away. And then once Hirnaksha, he went to under the water to Varuna Dev, and he says, "See, I got a mesh for you." He says, "What for it is?" "I got a mesh for you so that you can take and fight with me. I don't want to fight with you without mesh. So take it and let's fight." And Aruna says, "No, you know what? I am not so much strong to fight with you. So, however, if you really want to fight, I know a person who can give you a good fight." That's better, right? It's not good for uh, fighting with me. Anyway, will defeat me. So there's no point of giving you pleasure. You won't get any a nice fight with me. So the point is, I know a person. Go there, find him, and have a fight. So basically, he guided him towards his own death. Right, right. So, and then searching him, searching the Lord, searching the Lord. Hinaksh started searching everywhere in the ocean, and then he saw uh, in one of our born cousin Lord, he was actually lifting Mother Earth on a tusk, and then he says, "Oh, where are you going? I need to fight with you." And then Lord said, "Okay, no problem. I'll just give me a second." He kept Mother Earth aside, and then the fight happened. We know very well all the fight, how these both started throwing club with each other. One is ducking, and then, but eventually, after a long fight, and these all are being enjoyed by devatas. They're saying, "Wow, this all pastime is going on." Actually, Lord was playing, isn't it? And it's described that just by one slap, Hinaksh is dead. Though he was, fighting very strongly with that. Even Hinaksha was as huge as Varadev actually. He was so huge. Also in one of the other pastime is being described like in Treta Yuga when when Marichi, when Ravana told to Marichi that whom are you going to fight with? This Lord Ram. And he says, "You just go back and find uh, one of the ankles, no, I think armlet to Ravana." And then Ravana says, "Yes." Ravana could not lift one of the armlet. And he says, "Just see, this is the armlet you used to wear in your previous birth. And you cannot lift it. But the personality whom we are going to fight it, he has killed you with just one slap." And again, we are doing the same mistake. We are going to fight with Lord Ram. Then anyway, Ravana says, "Marichi, I have told you to do something. Just go and do that only. Don't worry about me." I mean, because that's how the pastime was. So yeah, coming back to there. So Lord, as a born incarnation, very beautifully, he just with one slap, he killed uh, Hirnaksha. And eventually, this was his plan to fight and then get some kind of pleasure, right? And so, in our Dasavatar also been described like Keshava Dhrita, Sukara Rupa, Jaya Jagadish Hare. Lord, being so merciful, he's a Keshava, he's so merciful, and he has taken the form of Bora. And he is being merciful. He takes so many forms, sometimes like Matsya, sometimes Kurma, just for the pleasure of devotee. Even in Kurma, what has been described like just whole huge mountain, right, on his back, and the devatas and the demons are churning the whole mountain by using the Vasuki snake as a rope, and Lord Kurma, he's feeling like someone is scratching his back, right? Just imagine, the whole mountain is on the back, and you feel like, oh, someone is just scratching my back, nicely giving my massage, right? So that's how Lord displays different pastimes. So this is a two two incarnation of Varaha being described in our Bhagavatam. One is Shweta Varaha and one Nila Varaha. Any quick comment or questions to discuss? Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. Um, if I remember correctly, maybe you can correct me. Was it not the case that the demigods were so fearful of Hiranyaksha that when he was fighting with Lord Varaha, they were begging him just to finish the fight quickly, and was it not as well that when they were fighting, they were both covered in blood and getting maddened with the excitement of it all?
Yeah, so Lord was fighting with them anyway, with Hinaksha. But as it was coming the evening time, so the Devata says, oh Lord, Devata was fearful actually, but not the Lord, right? Devata was, because they have seen the power of this, so they were a bit still, the heart is beating for them. And they're saying, oh Lord, if down comes up, then the demons, they get more power, they get more energy. So kindly finish this pastime very quickly, don't stay for more. And that's how at the end, Lord agrees just by one slap, done. So before that, he was just dodging and wrestling with just for his pleasure. But when the devatas, they started praying, please finish up quickly, not let the night comes, because in the night these demons, they get more powerful, and then they get kind of uh, mystic powers, like when even when Dhruv Maharaj, he went to fight with the Yakshas. What happened over the past times? Though they started making illusions of throwing mountains, mucus and things like that. So they have these mystic powers, and just imagine this all the power they get by worshiping the Lord only, and eventually they want to fight with the Lord itself. Right. So yeah, yeah, true, Prabhu. So that's how the Bhagavatam says as well. Yes. We'll stop here. So, Sri Varadeva ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Antakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.